What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Auto Auction Rebuilds, part 3 of my Tesla fiasco. This has been probably the worst buying experience of my entire life. I have never had such a headache buying a car before. So if you missed the first 2 parts, I'll give you a brief rundown. I tried to purchase a refreshed 2021 Tesla Model S Long Range Plus. Now, I was a little ignorant about the car itself because I wasn't aware that what I was buying didn't actually exist. And if I was like a Tesla fanboy or something, I probably would have known all that. Had I done more research, I probably would have known all of this. But unfortunately, I'm just a regular guy that was buying a car and trusting that Tesla was selling me what they said they were selling me. Unfortunately for me, that is not the case. So I was supposed to purchase a 2021 Model S Long Range Plus that was supposed to be just like the one I have here as far as the body is concerned, but Tesla accidentally posted the wrong pictures of the interior. I thought I was buying an old body style Tesla with the new updated refreshed interior. It's supposed to have a yoke. It's supposed to have the new screen that goes this direction instead of this direction. It was supposed to have all the latest and greatest technology, but it was still packaged in the good old body style from the olden days, just like this one. I was not aware, and you should be aware of this by now. If not, you need to be. Tesla does not make an old body style with a refreshed interior. All right, I learned the lesson the hard way here, guys. No, it's all or nothing. If it's the old body style, it's the old interior. And if it's the old interior, it's going to be the old body style. So if you're on Tesla's website shopping for a car and you happen to run across one of these weird accidental matrix glitches that has a new body with an old interior or a new interior with the old body, be very careful. In fact, stay away from that car. Now, I found out later on, after I'd already purchased the car, I took out a $55,000 loan for this car. I found out from somebody on YouTube when I posted in a community post that there's something wrong with my purchase. This person knew more about Tesla than I did, and he said, there's something wrong. That car's body doesn't match the interior. And I was like, nah, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about. But just in case, I called Tesla multiple times trying to figure out if there was a problem with this, because it was going to take me 5.5 hours to drive to Kansas City to pick up the car. Tesla never answered, and they did not return my phone calls. So I thought, it's fine. I drove all the way up to Kansas City. I spent 15 hours of my day with my good friend Monkey Wrench Mike, only to find out when we got there that the car was indeed the wrong car. The car was blue, and it was the old body style, just like the pictures and the description said it was. But the interior was white instead of black. It was also not a refresh interior, obviously. It had the old screen that goes up and down. It had the steering wheel, no steering yoke, and it had none of the latest and greatest technology and features that I was hoping to get from a refreshed model. I was told that there was basically nothing they could do because it was a Saturday night. So we sat there for 4 hours. We ended up spending 3 hours inside of Tesla with nobody telling us anything. They said they're going to figure it out. 3 hours later, I got a text message saying I could go somewhere and eat or we could come back later. So Monkey Wrench Mike and I went to Wahlburgers. We got some food. When we came back, they were closed. The door was locked. Even though it wasn't closing time yet, they had already closed and locked up. Thankfully, the guy came out. Travis is who I was dealing with over the majority of this situation. And he did come out. He allowed us to step inside because it was below freezing. It was like 8 degrees outside. And he explained that there's nothing they can do because it's a Saturday night. But rest assured, I'm going to be taken care of on Monday. And the reason for that is I had proof. The owner's manual, which is electronic and was within my Tesla application, showed it was a refreshed car. The owner's manual showed how to operate all of the new technology. The body style on the owner's manual showed the refreshed model. So obviously, the owner's manual was wrong. I was able to show a couple pictures to say, hey, this is what I'm looking at. And they were like, yeah, man, you're right. We'll get you a refund on Monday. I was promised a refund on Monday. Monday came and went, No refund. In fact, no contact from anybody at all. So I called Tesla, and I finally got to speak to somebody. I called Tesla, and somebody answered, and they talked to me, and they apologized profusely, and I said, look, because of all this inconvenience, I took out a loan for $55,000, like, I need this canceled. I ended up spending $1,500 of my own money, cash, on this car, and I want my money back. And I'd like some free supercharging credits because I spent 15 hours wasted on a car that you guys messed up. It was your mistake. Take care of me. The guy on the phone was super great. He said, unfortunately, he can't do anything about anything, but he can talk to me. But he's going to forward that information over to somebody else. Well, very quickly, on Tuesday, remember Monday I should have had a refund and I never got it. Tuesday, I get a response. I send a text message to the Travis guy up there, and I tell him, blah, 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 blah. We went through this in the previous video. I'm not going to take too much of your time with all of that stuff again. Travis comes back and says that basically the car was correct, and I'm the one that's wrong. The interior was correct. The body was correct. Now, when I was there Saturday with Monkey Wrench Mike, the same guy saw the pictures on my phone. He even took pictures from my phone, like with his own phone, to prove that this is the wrong car. He knew it was the wrong car. And he guaranteed me a refund. And now Travis comes back and he says, the car was right the whole time. We don't know what you're talking about. And you're not entitled to a refund at all. Funny how when you're not in their face anymore, they flip the script on you, right? So I'm like, okay. All right, well, I get on their website, and guess what I find? I find my old car. The one that I bought, they have now relisted for sale, but they've dropped the price. I wonder if that has anything to do with them getting my $1,500. The best part is I decided to look at the pictures because I didn't screen grab pictures of the interior. I screen grabbed a picture of the exterior so I could post it up on social media, but I didn't take a picture or a screenshot of the interior. Very stupid. I should have taken screenshots of everything, but I never thought in a million years that Tesla was going to be out to screw me over or that they were misrepresenting a vehicle that they were selling. I never thought that was going to happen. I thought they were better than that. Okay, obviously I'm wrong. Not only are they not better than that, they're kind of scumbags. And I love, you guys know, I love Tesla. I've had 4 of them. The new car would have been my 5th Tesla. I love Tesla, but I'm here to tell you, this last experience was a scumbag move. I click on the pictures of the car. I found my car, and I was like, I'm going to screen grab these pictures right now and send them to them. Well, not so fast. They fixed the pictures. That's right. They corrected them. My black interior is now white. And instead of the refresh model with the new screen and the yoke, nope, it's the old one. So somebody had to manually go into that software. Somebody went into their system and they had to fix that. So they know that it was wrong and they covered it up. That means they're lying. Not only are they lying, but they're actually attempting to scam me out of my money. Now, with that said, the biggest part of the deal is the $55,000 contract. That was canceled. All right, that's the biggest thing that scared me, was having to be stuck with this $55,000 contract for a car that I did not buy. So they did cancel it like they said they would, but they promised that I'd get my $1,500 back, and then they came back and said, now we've covered everything up, and you can't prove anything. Well, now we're going to keep your $1,500. And that's where we have a problem. So I'm very thankful for a gentleman on Instagram that helped me figure this out. I'm going through my pictures trying to figure out, what do I have? What proof do I have? I don't have anything. At least I didn't think I did. This gentleman on Instagram said, Randy, look at the picture you posted of the car on social media. It's clearly a blue car with a black interior. You can see through the windshield of the car that the interior is clearly black. And I thought, God, thank you. Why didn't I think of that? But I thought, wait a minute. What if Tesla uses all of the pictures of their vehicles are stock photos? They don't put actual photos of the car you're buying. So what if Tesla just uses black interiors as kind of the baseline for all cars? You know, regardless of what the interior color is, from the outside looking in, they're probably all black. Well, I went on to Tesla's website and I clicked on white interior as a filter, and I was very surprised and happy to find out that their pictures actually do show a white interior if the car has a white interior from the exterior shot of the car. That's huge because you can clearly see from my photo of my car that literally says Randy's Tesla in the app. You can clearly see it's blue with a black interior. At least it was, right? So obviously the cars with white interior shows a white interior, and the cars with black interiors show black interiors. So obviously, if I don't have any other piece of evidence, what I have is enough. I have a blue Tesla with a black interior, but when I got there, it's a blue Tesla with a white interior. It's not what I ordered. And I never wanted white. I don't like the white interior. I can't imagine trying to keep it clean. No, thank you. Give me any color other than white. I'll take cream, I'll take black, any color in the world, brown even. But I will not do a white interior. I work on stuff for a living. That's what I do. I get dirty all the time. I live out in the country where it's nothing but dust, dirt, and mud. The last thing I want is a pristine, bright white interior that I can't keep clean. So I ended up taking that information and sending it back to Travis, and I've got some text messages between Travis and myself here, guys. And finally, we're getting to a resolution. I got a hold of Travis after I threatened to reverse the charges, and you know, I said I'm going to end up making videos about this. He never responded. This is great. Like, Travis would not respond to me at all. He just ghosted me. So I said, I'm going to try this one last time. You can clearly see in the photo of my car that the interior is black. At a minimum, you got the interior color wrong, which means it's not the car I ordered. I said, you can deny the yoke all you want, but you cannot deny that this picture proves the interior color is not what I purchased and I deserve a refund. And I'm going to start a series of videos addressing my concerns and complaints with your dealership. Well, I sent him pictures from his own website of other Tesla Model S's that have a white interior that you can clearly see is white from the exterior of the car. Then he comes back and he says, can you please send these photos to this email address with the subject line, configuration issue photos. We are unfortunately unable to receive photos via text. So I sent them, and he came back pretty dang quickly. And he said, thank you for providing these photos. Used leadership has reviewed your photos and determined that the refund is warranted. You don't say. Huh. We will start the process of refunding the $500 order deposit and $500 transportation fee. But wait, I paid $1,500, not $1,000. So I said, excellent news. So $1,500 total, correct, for everything I paid. And he said the refund is for $1,000. $500 for the deposit and $500 for transport. I don't see an additional $500. So here we go again. I mean, I have had to fight. I mean, you shouldn't have to fight for your own money, and you shouldn't have to fight for what's right. If this company had done the right thing, they knew they were wrong, because somebody had to go in and manually change the photos of that interior. So they knew they got it wrong. And they tried to cover it up, and they tried to screw me out of $1,500. Now, after finally being able to prove that they're wrong, now they're still trying to get me for another $500. Wow. And then he comes back and he says, oh, I see, the last $500 for your final payment for the car. I still don't even know why I had to pay that. I was supposed to put $500 down and pay a $500 transport fee, but after it was all said and done, they came back and said that I owed them another $500. And I went ahead and paid it, because it's like, oh, whatever, it's $500. I want my car. I'm not going to let it slip away over $500. Well, he found that there was another $500 from somewhere, my final payment that we still don't know what it even went to. And he said that should already be in process of being refunded. He said, then yes, you will be receiving $1,500 back total. And I said, thank you. Even after all this, I'm still polite. I never cussed him out or anything. I said, thank you. It's truly sad that I had to fight so hard for Tesla to do the right thing. Honestly, I'm very disappointed in the brand and customer service. I'm glad it is resolved in the end. Travis comes back and says, as am I. My apologies that you went through this. Well, that's great. Thank you for apologizing, but how much is that worth, cash-wise? How much is this worth in money? You had me drive over 600 miles, and I drove in my gas truck, all right? So I drove over 600 miles and spent gas money and food to get there and get home because you misrepresented the vehicle. All right, then you took my money and you sold me the wrong car. You wasted 15 hours of that one day and countless hours throughout the next several days of me having to find proof that you sold me the wrong car because you tried to stiff me. You knew you were wrong. You covered it up by switching the pictures of the interior out for the correct one, the right color, the old school interior. Somebody manually switched those out. So you knew you were wrong and you went in there and you fixed it. All in an attempt to screw me out of $1,500. $1,500. Really, Tesla? You're that desperate for money? You wasted all of this time, and you know what? The best part is I asked for free supercharging credits because of this whole fiasco. I never heard anything from anybody about getting any supercharger credits to help compensate me, not only for the time, not only for the money that I spent, but how about for the headache that you caused me by trying to rip me off? You forced me to prove, when you already knew you were wrong, you forced me to prove, to bring up evidence, and they did everything in their power to hide that evidence from me. What I mean by that is, when they pulled the car from my account, I no longer had access to it on my phone. Why is my camera open? I couldn't access this on my phone anymore. I couldn't access any of the photos. I couldn't access the owner's manual that showed the refreshed body style. The owner's manual showed the refreshed interior. The owner's manual gave me instructions on how to operate all this new technology that the old ones don't have. So explain to me, why is all of that gone? They took it all away from me, and then they fixed the pictures and relisted the car for sale before pulling the car completely off the internet. Now, it's possible the car sold. That may be why it got pulled completely off the internet. But at the end of the day, you promised me a refund on Saturday night. By Tuesday, you had not responded to me. You had not updated me. I had to call your customer service center, and then you turn around after telling me that they took pictures of everything on my phone to prove that the car was not the right car. So they had all of the evidence, and then it disappeared. And then they flipped the script and said, nope, the car was supposed to have a white interior. The body and interior are exactly what you bought, when they knew damn well it wasn't. Somebody made a mistake somewhere. Somebody had an accident. It's fine. It happens. Everybody makes mistakes. But when you make a mistake that costs somebody 15 hours of their time, a mistake that costs somebody thousands of dollars, don't forget that I took out a $55,000 loan for this vehicle. That's going to stay on my credit, by the way. Even though the loan is canceled, it's still on my credit. I'm still going to have to take a hit on my credit because I took out the loan. I had a hard inquiry. These don't go away. But then you tried to lie. And you were literally stealing my money at this point is what you were doing. And you made me fight and spend hours digging through pictures, looking around on your website, so that I could prove that you screwed me over. And when I'm finally able to prove it, what do I get? I get my money back. Well, thank you, Tesla. Thank you very much. I'm so glad that you gave me my money back that I was already entitled to, the money that you knew I was entitled to back, but you tried to scam me out of it. So my question now is, like, Is there any compensation for this? You've admitted you're wrong. I've got it all on text message. You've admitted that you're wrong. Now that we have that cleared up, I'm not asking for money, per se. I'm not looking for a cash giveaway. All I asked him for was, I still love my Tesla. Okay, so I didn't get the brand new one. Well, almost new, 2021. New enough. I was trying to save a few dollars. I still love this Tesla. And I still plan on driving it all over the country. 272 or 3,000 miles I have on this car now. How about some free supercharging? That would be great. How much? I don't know. Give me 6 months. Is that too much to ask? I don't use superchargers all that often. Throw 6 months of free supercharging on, and I'll feel like I've been made whole. I still won't trust your brand. There's no money that you could give me or supercharger credits that would make me feel like I can trust your brand again. That will never happen. You only get one time to violate my trust. And boy, you did it right. Like, you made sure that you did it all in one go so that I would never be able to trust the Tesla brand again. As far as ever buying a vehicle directly from Tesla again, very unlikely, highly unlikely that I will ever buy another one directly from Tesla. Now, would I buy them from other places, Carvana, or take your pick, ACV auctions, Manheim auctions? Yeah, probably so, because Tesla's not going to make any money off of that. Tesla makes their money when you first buy the car brand new from them. And I'm sure they make a few bucks on the back end when you buy them used from them as well. So no, I don't anticipate ever going back to them to purchase another car. But I would not hesitate to buy one of their cars from a third party, secondhand, used, whatever the case may be. But to this date, we still have no compensation at all for lying, for cheating, for ripping me off, and for wasting countless hours of my time. So will they come back after this video? Probably not. One thing that I learned throughout the making of this video is Tesla does not care about their customers. Not at all. And what makes this worse is that normally if you have a problem with the business and you go to them and you say, listen, I'm a YouTuber, I got X amount of subscribers, I get this many views a month, usually then they're willing to work with you a little bit. Tesla didn't care. Tesla knew from the very time I got there, I had my camera out, I filmed everything. And they asked, what are you making a YouTube video or something? I said, yes. And I told them about my YouTube channel, told them what I did, how many subscribers I had, blah, blah, blah. We talked about it. They knew who I was. And they still tried to screw me over. They still tried to cheat me out of my money, knowing that I'm going to make videos about it. They knew this, and they were still willing to try to screw me over for $1,500. So I want you to think about this. If they're willing to do that to somebody that has a relatively large audience, my average views may not be that impressive, but I'm still pulling in 7 million views a month on YouTube. 7 million views a month. On Facebook, I'm doing over 10 million views a month on Facebook as well. So you're looking at 17 million views between the two social media platforms. And you're willing to still take your chances and try to screw me out of $1,500. So if they're willing to waste my time and steal my money and lie, knowing that this is all on camera, to me, what do you think they'll do to you? And I want to make it very clear. I'm not saying that I'm better because I have a YouTube channel. Not at all. What I'm saying is that they know that I have that leverage that the average person doesn't have. I already have an audience. I have a core audience, a base audience. My videos are pretty well guaranteed to get at least 30 to 60,000 views per video. Guaranteed per video. With that said, if you were to go out and you don't have a YouTube channel and you don't have a core audience that will share this issue with your friends, it's less likely that your video is actually going to get any traction, which means it probably won't hurt the brand at all. Whereas if I do it, it's definitely going to get some traction and it could hurt the brand. They didn't care. They still were willing to rip me off and screw me out of my money. And all for $1,500. I cannot believe that a company that is so successful would go to such lengths as to lie, cover things up, cheat, and steal for $1,500. Especially knowing that obviously I'm going to make videos about the whole ordeal. So for me personally, I'm not telling you what to do, but I'm telling you personally, I don't want to have any dealings with Tesla again. As far as obviously, because I own their car, and I'll probably own more, I will continue having to spend the money on supercharging. There's really no way around that unless I go and I buy an adapter and I start charging at other EV places. But let's be real, nobody has the infrastructure that Tesla has. And if you're going to own one of these, you're pretty well stuck using their Tesla supercharger. So another thing that I had a little bit of fear of is if I went and reversed the charges, Tesla could, I think, cut my ability to supercharge on their network. Because ultimately, Tesla still has all the control over the software of this car. Right? I own the car, but technically, if I reversed the charges and got my money back, took it forcefully back from them, they could probably say that I have an unpaid balance on this car. They could cut my supercharging privileges, and then I wouldn't be able to travel across the country anymore. Think about that for a minute. And I know that they have the capability of doing it. I'm going to put a picture up right here because I literally see a car at auction right now. 2 of them, in fact. 2 different vehicles I've seen that currently say that supercharging is unavailable due to an unpaid balance. So I know that Tesla can do it, and I'm certain if I forcefully took my money back from them, that they would cut my vehicle off for supercharging, which is another reason why we should be concerned not only about Teslas, not only about electric vehicles, but all vehicles. All vehicles run on software these days, guys. All of them. All vehicles have over-the-air updates, OTA updates. All vehicles have Wi-Fi. They have 4G LTE. Some are now with 5G. Basically, what I'm saying is all new vehicles, mostly, they're connected. They're all part of the matrix. It's not that difficult to push an update into a car over the air without your knowing about it and cut your car off. Make it turn completely off. Kill your ability to drive. So I highly recommend, if you're going to buy any new car, you better have something older just as a backup. Just in case something goes wrong, you might want to have a car that's not connected. I'm not talking about carbureted. I'm not saying you got to go that far back. But I'm saying pre-connected to the matrix. You know what I mean? No OTA updates, no Wi-Fi, no LTE, nothing. Off the network so that you cannot forcefully cut somebody's car off. That's what I would go with. And obviously, I've got a ton of cars that are not connected to any type of network. They don't even have the technology. So those are great cars to have as backups in case someday something happens with either an electric vehicle or any of the newer vehicles. Just because you're not running on electricity doesn't mean your car can't be shut down and disconnected. Believe me, it can. I hope this whole experience and ordeal has taught you something. Hopefully you got something out of it. I would highly recommend, if you're ever going to buy a car online, go look at it first before you do anything. If you can't go look at it and you're going to have it delivered, screenshot everything. I'm talking the contract, screenshot the pictures of the car, screenshot the price of the car, screenshot everything. And keep that in case something is not the way it was in the photos, so you can protect yourself, because that was my biggest mistake, was thinking that I could trust Tesla because I thought they were a reputable dealership. At the end of the day, they're a dealership, and I think most of you know dealerships are not usually looking out for your best interests, so you're going to have to cover your behind. CYA, cover your own behind, guys, because these dealerships will be ready to take advantage of you at the first opportunity. I don't think I'm ever going to see any supercharger credits. That's fine. That's the way it goes. They're not going to compensate me for anything. I don't know what else to say. I'm very disappointed in the brand. I no longer trust Tesla, and I probably will not buy another vehicle directly from them again. If you enjoyed today's video, hit the thumbs up button. Let me know. Drop your comments down below. What would you do? What do you think I should do? What do you think Tesla should do? Do me a big favor. If you've watched these videos, definitely share them on your social media. Please, not just for me. It obviously benefits me, but for other people that are looking at buying these vehicles, I think they should know to watch out. They should know that this can happen to them, and they may not be as lucky as I was. If it was not for one person on my social media that said, Randy, look at the picture you posted on social media. You can clearly see the black interior. If it had not been for him, I would not have gotten my money back. And that's the truth. So share the videos, help me out, and help your friends from getting screwed over by dirty, nasty slime balls that are out there trying to take advantage of us. Till next time, stay safe out there, everybody. I look forward to seeing you all again very soon in the next one.